Hello everybody, welcome back to Everything Bonsai. My name is Brandon, and in today's episode we are going to continue with part 3 of my bench tour. And today we are going to start with my Schefflera. And this is a small leaf Schefflera, and it is beautiful. This is one of my favorite trees that I have. I don't know, this is just a really awesome bonsai, or this is an awesome tree for bonsai. I got a real nice trunk, still needs to thicken up, but it is real nice. And now this tree used to be a pretty big tree, this trunk right here. So I made a chop up there. I had chopped it up right there, and that trunk used to be about, I would say about this high. That trunk used to be about this high. Same with this one. This one used to be about right here. So that used to be about that high, coming around like that. And I did a real big chop. So I chopped this one, chopped it right there. And I chopped this one right there. I chopped that one right there. And this is what it looks like now. I think it's doing wonderful. It looks real good. It filled out beautifully. Maybe in a couple months, during the summertime, we will be doing some trimming on this. And this is going to be a clip and grow. This is going to be a clip and grow style bonsai. I'm not going to be doing any wiring. Scheffleras are pretty brittle when it comes to wiring. You can wire them, but still, I would really rather just do a clip and grow style with this. Nigel Saunders has a Schefflera and he does his clip and grow, and I like how it's like a zigzag motion, and throughout time it flows really nice. And I really want to get that type of style to this one. And that's what I'll be doing with this Schefflera. And this is another real exciting project. I had repotted it earlier this year, early spring. I had it indoors, and I'll be bringing it outdoors real soon. And I had just started fertilizing this tree. I just started fertilizing it, and the growth, I can already tell that the growth is really starting to push out. There's a lot of growth coming out. Look at those new leaves. I mean, every branch has a new leaf. Absolutely beautiful. There's another new leaf right there. So this is a real exciting tree. I can't wait to see what happens and see how beautiful of a bonsai it becomes. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next tree. Okay, here is the next tree, and the next tree is a variegated Ficus benjamina, or benjamina. I call it a benjamina. So this Ficus benjamina is it used to have a real big trunk coming out right here. It was like a double trunk, and this double trunk, it came up, and it came up like this, came up like that, and I got rid of that. And this part I bent downwards. This used to be sticking up, and I bent it down, and then I put a little twist in the trunk, a real slight S shape. And then this part, I'm gonna go ahead and bend this part, and I'm kind of gonna bend it like this. I'm gonna bend it kind of like that, so this branch drops, and then I'm gonna bend these ones back like this, and go like that. You get it. It's kind of hard to show you, but when I wire it, I'll go ahead and make a video, and you'll guys see what I'm trying to do. But basically, I want to put this branch a little lower, this branch a little lower, and then bring this way, put this down like that, and then wire this one upwards. And that video will be coming up soon. Yeah, this is another fun tree. I had cut this branch right there, and it's starting to blend in real nice, so that's real good. I did some trimming a few months ago, and some parts haven't started to grow, some parts have grown, so we'll see. There it goes. We'll see what it looks like in a couple months and see what new branches come out, and we'll go ahead and do that wiring. Yeah, so this is another exciting project coming up. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tree. Okay, here we got another Ficus benjamina. This one is a regular Ficus benjamina. This one is not variegated, but this one I am growing as a umbrella style. So this will be a umbrella Ficus benjamina. I did a trunk chop about a couple months ago. This trunk came up maybe about that, maybe another 7-8 inches, something like that. And I got this as taken over as the new leader to give it some taper. And then after I did that, these two little buds came out. But way down there, I thought that was pretty cute that it came out way down there. But those will be coming off, and this will be a umbrella style. And I think it's got the makings of a umbrella style, you know, but it does have a long ways to go until it starts looking mature. I got this from a big box store. It had 3 of them in a pot, and this was the thickest one in the pot. I have the other two. The other two, I did a trunk chop also, and they look like sticks in a pot. I will be showing you guys those in a little bit. But yeah, I'm real excited for this. It's inspired to look something like Nigel Saunders' Ficus microcarpa, the one he grew from a seed. So yeah, this is real exciting and a fun project coming up. So let's go ahead and get to the next tree. Okay, here is another Ficus benjamina. This one is one of the 3 ficuses that I got in that same pot. And this one I did a pretty major trunk chop on. I did a pretty big trunk chop on that. And then after I did the trunk chop, I went ahead and wired this. And I wired this up so it'll take over as the leader. And then these two, I'll probably cut these off after this one thickens up. Like I said, it looks like a stick in a pot, but it does have a bright future. Right now we are just working on taper, and we're gonna work on thickening up this trunk, and then we'll go ahead and start on styling. Yeah, there's not much going on with this tree, other than I don't know what kind of styling I am looking towards. I'll probably just let the tree do what it wants to do and work off of that, see what happens with it. Yeah, I think that's it for this tree, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, here we got another Ficus benjamina. This is the last Ficus benjamina that I have, and this one was more of an experiment that I did. I wanted to see how much trunk I could take off and the tree still live. And I had this shoot that had popped out down here, so I chopped it down to this little shoot. And after I chopped it down to that, this shoot popped out, and it looks like this shoot is gonna take over as the leader. So that's pretty neat, and so far so good. It doesn't look like it's dying, so that is good. I did do a trunk chop, as you can tell, and there was a pretty big branch back here that I did cut off. I believe when I first got it, and as you can tell, it is already starting to heal over, so that's real good. The healing process on these ficuses are real fast, and that's something real good. And it's only healed over like that maybe a year, at most a year and a half, so that's good. But yeah, this is just more of an experiment to see how much I could cut off and it still live, and so far so good. So we'll see what happens with this tree, but for now there's not much going on with it, so let's go ahead and move on to the next tree. All right, here's our next tree, and our next tree is a willow leaf ficus. This is going to be a little small willow leaf ficus. I repotted this. This is recently repotted. There isn't a video on this, but I did repot it. I put it in some bonsai soil. I did some trimming on it. It was outside and I had to bring it in for the winter, and the leaves fell off, and when the leaves fell off I did some trimming on it, and when the leaves came back in it started to look like this, and it looks a lot better now than what it did when I first got it. The only thing I have to do is give it an angle change. I need to lift it up a little bit like that, and that will probably be the front around there. I like that angle right there, because here it kind of leans back a little bit, so I'd lift it up just a little bit from the back, and I think that'll look real good like that. Yeah, that looks good. I don't have much planned for this tree this year. I think this year I'm just gonna let it grow, you know, thicken up. I might wire it. I don't think I will, but I might. We'll see how the growing goes. We might wire it maybe sometime late summer, depending on how it grows. But yeah, I think that's it for this tree. So let's go ahead and move on to the next tree. Okay, our next tree is a little aster. This little aster is just a little cutting, and you know, it's just a stick in a pot. It's got to grow, thicken up, and I don't even have a plan for it. So really there's not much going on with it other than it's just growing right now. So yeah, this is my aster. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tree. Okay, here we got another Alberta spruce. This Alberta spruce, I got it last Christmas, and I started to do some trimming, and I was gonna start wiring, but I got these branches good, and I got a back branch right here, and I got these branches right here. All these branches I cut correctly, and then when I got up here, the tree was about this high, and when I was getting to the apex, I completely took off a branch that I wasn't supposed to take off, so it completely messed up the styling. And I was thinking to myself, well, what should I do, you know? And I thought that I would just gin the top and see what happens. So I ginned the top as if the apex broke off in a storm or something, and now we'll just let these grow, and we'll just wire them downwards, and we'll see what happens and see if it looks good. So for right now, I'm just gonna let it grow, gain its strength back from taking off the apex of the tree, and also see if a new apex starts to grow. And if a new apex does grow, then we'll let that apex take over. If an apex doesn't take over, then later on this year we'll go ahead and start wiring the tree. But for now, I'm just gonna let it grow, let it do its thing. The buds are starting to pop, and it looks really, really pretty. Nice lime green. Yeah, real pretty. Look at that new growth. Wow. Look at these buds starting to pop. Such a beautiful tree. Alberta spruces are. And the trunk is real nice. It's got a nice trunk down here. Now, Alberta spruce's roots, at least this one that I had, the roots were real crazy looking. I had to do a severe root job. I cut off a lot of roots, so hopefully the tree works out good and it doesn't die. So far, so good. The buds are starting to pop, and new buds are popping. Like that one right there, that one's coming out good. So yeah, so far so good. This is a fun project to look out for. So that's it for this one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, here we got a little gardenia. This little gardenia, I did a pretty big trunk chop right there. And the reason I did a trunk chop like that is because I want this to be a little Shohin mommy gardenia. I thought that would be really cool. This is just an experiment to see how small I can get a gardenia like this. Yeah, I'm just having fun with it, seeing how small I can get it. It was a pretty normal sized gardenia. I think it was about this high. It was about this high, and I chopped it off, a big old chop. And so far so good. I am getting some new leaves coming out. I'm getting some new leaves, so that's good. I repotted it. I don't think there's a video on this repotting, but I will have a video. Excuse me. I will have a video coming out after it's grown up and it needs trimming. We'll do a video of that. But for now, there's not much going on with it, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next tree. Okay, here we got a boxwood. There's a video of the repotting of this boxwood, and I was talking about how I don't know what I want to do with it yet. For now, I'm just letting it grow. The reason I bought it was because of the trunk. It's got a cool little angle. I don't know how to explain it. It's just real cool and like comes up like this and then shoots back. Yeah, real cool. But I don't have a real idea on what to do with it yet. So we're just gonna let it grow, see what happens, and maybe later this year I'll know what to do with it. Maybe I'll let this take over as the leader. Let the leader take off up here. Keep it how it is and do something with it. I don't know. The root base is pretty cool. It's got some cool roots right here. You can see through the roots right there. It's got another one in the back. Yeah, this is a cool tree. It's got a cool root base. It's got a cool trunk. And now we're just gotta work on the thickness of it and the type of style we want to do with it. Yeah, there's not much on this tree, so that's it for this one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next tree. Okay, here we got another juniper. I am not sure what kind of juniper it is. I know it's not I'm pretty sure it's not like a Shimpaku juniper. It could be, I'm not sure. But I am not positive on what kind of juniper it is. If you guys know, then go ahead and let me know. The bark is flaky. It's like real flaky. See, like that. Comes off real easily. The juvenile foliage is real needle-like. Here's some of the new foliage coming out. There's some of the new foliage. So yeah, if you guys know what kind of tree it is, go ahead and let me know. But this tree I got for $5 at a nursery. It was just a tree sitting in the corner. And yeah, I just did something real quick. I went ahead and wired the branches. I need to wire the apex now. I need to let these harden off, and I'll go ahead and wire the apex. You know, just wire them down like that. But I need them to grow a little bit, harden off. I'm gonna go ahead and do the apex. But for now, I'm just having fun with it, you know. There was a big old trunk coming off right there, and I took that off. It looked pretty ugly, and it looked like it was dying. So I took that trunk off, and I got this as the new trunk. And this is what I did. I came up with this, and I think it looks good. Other than it's pretty thin. It's not a real thick trunk. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a cool project. You know, later on this year, we'll go ahead and do the apex on this tree, and I'll have a video on that, and I think that'll be pretty fun. Yeah, so that's it for this tree. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, here we got a Scots pine. This is a dwarf Scots pine. I think it's called a Jeffrey Scots pine, or I think so. I could be wrong. I might be getting it mixed up with something else. I will be doing a repot soon. The buds are starting to pop. So I'll have a repot video coming out soon on this tree. I got this from online. It is a graft. So this was grafted. The root base is pretty cool. There's not much going on with it. Honestly, I don't know, but it had a trunk right here, not a trunk. It had a branch right here, and I cut that branch off because it was starting to swell up. And also on this side, I had to cut this a branch off right here, and because it was starting to swell. And we also have 2 branches right there in the same spot. I'm gonna have to get rid of one of those branches. So we'll probably do that during the repotting video. And yeah, I don't have much planned for this tree. I'll probably put it in a real big pot just so it can thicken up, and see if this graft will kind of go away, kind of blend in. It's already a pretty good graft. In my opinion, it's one of the best grafts I've gotten personally. Yeah, that's a real good graft. But yeah, I don't know what to do with it yet, so I'm thinking of just putting it in a big pot and letting it grow real big, let it thicken up, and then after it does that, we'll see what we can do with it. Yeah, I think that's it with this tree. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, here we got a larch. This larch is a larch that didn't completely defoliate last year or last winter, but the buds are starting to pop. That bud is starting to pop. There's a bud up here that's starting to open up. There's another bud right there. So yeah, it didn't completely defoliate, which I thought was weird. But also, I do live in California, so it doesn't get that cold over here, and it's not an ideal place for larches to grow. But I wanted to try it out, and so far it's working. You know, this is its full year that it's lived, and it's budding out, so that's good. So I think it'll do okay this year. Hopefully it'll do okay this year. And later this year we'll go ahead and do some trimming on it, depending on how much it grows. And yeah, that's it for this tree. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, all right, well, here we got a Bougainvillea, and this Bougainvillea has been trunk chopped, and I did trunk chop here, and this one right here took over as the leader. I did a trunk chop here, and this one is, I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of that trunk chop. I'm gonna get rid of these shoots, but I'm gonna leave them for now, but I will be getting rid of them. And then it will be coming up. This will be a side branch right here. I'll have this one as a side branch. I'll probably end up getting rid of this one that comes off right there, and then that will be the new trunk line. And right now we're just gonna let it grow, and we're gonna see what happens. I did repot this. Bougainvillea roots are really, I would say the word strange. You know, one root grows real big and the rest of the roots don't grow a lot. So you'll get one big root that takes off and the rest of the roots don't really take off. So what you have to do is just take your time, and over multiple repots, you will start to get a radial root base. Now this root base was pretty good, but it was on this side that it looked pretty good. But this side isn't the front of the tree. This side looks kind of funny. This side, I guess if I wanted to, I can use this as the leader. I could do that, but I don't think I want to do that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If I should take this off, take this off and then use this as the leader right here, or if I should keep it how I have it, like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But other than that, this is a real exciting tree. I think bougainvilleas are really pretty bonsais. They have real pretty flowers. The grow pattern is real neat, and it's a fun tree to have. So if you guys are new to bonsai, this is a tree that I would get and recommend getting. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next tree. All right, here we got another Chinese elm. This is the Chinese elm that I had unboxed in a couple videos ago. Yeah, I don't have anything planned for this tree yet. I'm gonna do some sketches of it. I'll go ahead and do some sketches of the tree, seeing what kind of trimming we need to do. And I'll have a video coming out soon. And the video will be trimming up this tree, doing its first styling. I think that'll be real fun. Yeah, that's it for this tree. Look out on a video soon of styling this tree. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. All right, this is the last tree that I will be showing of my bench tour. And this is a Portulacaria afra. I did do a video recently of the trunk chop and the repotting of this, so go check that out. This tree is a tree that right now I'm gonna let it grow out and see which one I want to take over as the leader. If I want the leader to come down here, if I want this one to be the leader, if I want this one to be the leader. I don't think this will be the leader. I guess I could wire this, yeah. So this could be the leader if I wanted to. I could wire this one up like that, and that could work as the leader. So right now I'm just seeing which one I want to do, and we'll go ahead and let that leader take off, and we'll let that leader thicken up. We'll go ahead and get some good taper right here, because this trunk is real neat. This trunk is real nice, and it comes up. This needs to thicken up a little bit, and then whatever leader we want will also thicken up. And I think this is going to be a really cool bonsai one day. I'm real excited for this Portulacaria afra. Yeah, real exciting. Oh, I can't wait. Oh yeah. So yeah, make sure you guys go ahead and check out that repotting video. It was a real cool video. The roots were pretty good. I wouldn't say they were bad. this trunk was real neat. The trunk chop that we did do was a real big trunk chop. This tree was about, oh man, I can't get far enough back. Here we go. So this tree was probably about this tall. It's probably about this tall. So we took off a whole lot of that, and that was real exciting. The first step to a bonsai on this tree. This tree used to be my grandma's, regular garden tree sitting in the porch, or in the backyard, I mean. It was in a big old pot, and we took it out of that big pot, and I put it in this nursery container. Went ahead and cut the nursery container down so the roots aren't going so much downwards and more of a flat plane of roots. And I'm real excited, guys. There's gonna be a video coming out later this year, and we'll go ahead and do some more trimming on it. Yeah, this is exciting. I do have the cutting of this potted up. I'll go ahead and show you guys what the cutting looks like. So here's the cutting. This cutting used to be the apex of this one. So used to be the apex, and then the part in the middle I just got rid of. Most of this is in the trunk. I mean, not most of the trunk is in the dirt. The trunk probably goes down to maybe here, goes down to probably about right here. So yeah, hopefully this roots, and I'll have another pretty cool Portulacaria afra. Yeah, this is real exciting. I can't wait for these two, future videos for these two. I think that's it in this episode of Everything Bonsai. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment if you guys have any questions, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.